Christmas Eve, everybody. Welcome to Now David Zamoletta. My name is Serge, and in today's video, I am at Tesla. Just picked up my Tesla from service, and what I was actually doing is I retrofitted a CCS adapter, which looks something like this. This is CCS2 combo adapter here. I did not think this is something that they're going to include because I actually bought one off Amazon. But the cool thing is, for all the money that I've paid, at least they gave me an adapter. But they literally needed to install additional adapter where my charging port is, so that I have an ability to charge at non-Tesla Superchargers. So good thing for me now, because guess what? Tesla kicked my car off the Supercharger network about half a year ago, and that was very inconvenient for me because I happened to be at the beach, and then boom, Supercharger doesn't work, and I'm thinking like, well, what's going on? No warning, they just kicked me off the Supercharger network. You might wonder why. Well, when your car is salvage title, and your car could be salvaged for like any reason, because insurance companies, they salvage the cars. So when I purchased this 2018 Tesla Model 3 dual motor performance, when I purchased it from a car auction, and I paid about $15,000 for it, all in. But here's the thing, this car was never crashed. However, someone purchased this car, it only had 47,000 miles on it, and the very first day they hit a curb with the rim. I don't know how they managed to spin out, not really sure. I don't think he was going really fast. I've seen a video that was actually recorded on my Tesla dash cam, and I looked at the video and I'm thinking like, didn't seem like he hit it that hard. I mean, it did not deflate the tire, if that tells you anything. But guess what? Apparently he did hit it kind of hard, because it broke every single control arm and the left rear wheel. It also damaged the bearing, which is another thing I had to replace. I had to also replace the shock tower and the piece that goes underneath the spring, which is like a huge metal thing. But by the way, another story about my son, which is 14-year-old son, he done all of the work. So if it tells you how difficult it was, well, my 14-year-old son did it. I mean, I could have done it, but he says, "Dad, let me do it. I'm up to the challenge." So I said, okay. I trusted him with it, and he did it. Then I paid very hefty price for alignment. It was nearly $400, not even lifetime alignment, just because it's a Tesla and they said they needed a special tool. Got that done at Firestone, and I paid for two cars at the same time, my wife's Tesla Model Y as well, so they both have alignment done. And I put new tires on the car, so I want to make sure, you know, I don't get like huge tire wear and stuff. But guys, other than that, my car drives like it's brand new. I only have like 60,000 miles on it now. I do drive it all the time, but the thing is, it's not my to work commuter. Well, none of my car is really to work commuter, because I really don't have a job to go to. It's mainly business or just running errands or something for myself, just that kind of thing. With that being said, I'm very, very happy with my Tesla Model 3 performance. I do have full self-driving, and that's actually what I just did. I just updated the address that I'm going to. I could drive hands-free in this traffic here in Charlotte, North Carolina, Independence Highway here. Anyways, what I want to tell you guys is it's a treat having a Tesla Model 3 performance for $15,000 with full self-driving. auto park, auto summon, and actually summoned my Tesla Model 3 to come pick me up at the service center. That's actually when I started my video, is at the service center. And I'm like really surprised. Like, I am highly pleased that I got this CCS adapter. Very, very pleased that I got it. Like, it's brand new. It's in a box. It says Tesla on it. You know, I know might not seem like a big deal, but guess what? I purchased one on Amazon and I paid like $100 for it. Like, it was also like a really nice one. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like, it's actually pretty nice for $100. But the fact that I paid around $360 for this retrofit to have the ability to charge at CCS, you know, type of stations, and also like there's others as well. Like, I could charge at all of them now except Tesla Superchargers. Like, they had to do that conversion and give it this adapter. Like, it makes it kind of like worth it for me, you know, to be honest. This retrofit did not take that long to do. It only takes an hour and a half, and actually they're not even working on it the whole time. But brought the car in at 8 in the morning, picked it up at 9:30. But this video is all about CCS adapter. If you guys want one, if you guys don't have one, and you want to charge at non-supercharger locations, I'm going to leave a link to the Amazon one that I purchased so I could actually use it. Apparently I'm not gonna really need it now, but I'm gonna stick it in my wife's car. Most likely her car, being a 2021, will be able to actually supercharge at non-Tesla superchargers. Just mine's a 2018, so I needed that retrofit done, so that's gonna save me some money. But you might be wondering, can you do this conversion yourself? And the answer is yes, kind of. What do I mean by that? I went on eBay just now and I looked up Tesla CCS adapter retrofit, and you could pick one up for a little over $60. If you search around, maybe you could get it for less. So it's pretty much like a plug and play wire. It goes from like a 1 wire to 2 wire. That's what they said that they installed. I mean, I looked at it. It's all the same. You could just basically purchase the right wire, plug that up, and you're fine if you're handy. I'm handy. I could have done it myself, but I kind of figured, you know, let me do this at the Tesla and also ask them about my Tesla supercharging. This is why I made this appointment to begin with. Speaking of Tesla supercharging, this is what they told me. First, they said, right at the same dealership, it's going to take 4.7 hours for them to diagnose the battery and whatever, and charge it, discharge it, that kind of thing. Then they found out there's additional time that they're going to need to do to test it and things. And it went from $800 estimate to roughly $1,500 estimate. So I decided to say no. Even though I plan to keep this Tesla Model 3 Performance, it's just not worth it for me to pay $1,500 for me to have the ability to charge the Tesla Superchargers. It's just not worth it. For the most part, I charge my Tesla at home. I have two 40 amp chargers that I actually installed at my house. One for me, one for my wife. But with that being said, like, outside of that, like if I want to travel somewhere, the CCS will pick up where Tesla Supercharger left me stranded, if you could say that. So I'm okay with that. That's fine. It's gonna work for now. I just feel like $1,500 could be spent better elsewhere. But if I really needed it, I could always pay $1,500 and get it back. But then, you know, my car ends up costing me so much more, and I like to save money. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.